We're going to end in leg stretches today. And so you're going to need your strap. Some of you are going to put a block behind the head, and then you might decide, I like to put a block in between my thighs when I go into the twist. So some of you might have a 4-inch block, excuse me, by your left hip. Some of you may even have the inflated ball or the bolster by your left hip. Okay, so some of you know what you're going to need and some of you don't. So just put a couple things there just so you're aware that you have a few supports. It's all by your left hip. You're lying on your back. Some of you have support under the head. I've just taken a chip foam block. If you don't have that, you can also take a blanket. And some of you just want to be flat on the floor. So you've undone your strap. You've just got a nice long string. You're going to bring right thigh up towards you, externally rotate it. Yeah, right foot is in the strap. Okay, so if you can't see me, a lot of the time you can see someone to your right or your left. Okay, you're going to slide your hands down the strap so your elbows touch the floor. Good. Good. Now have a little bit of a bend of your right knee. Now I want you to soften the grip of your hands onto that strap. So just relax them. Notice that you're not pulling too much down on the strap. Just push your foot a little bit up into the strap. Okay, good. Now exhale, weight your pelvis. So both right hip, left hip, the sacrum in the center. And I want you to feel your left foot. It's your anchor on the floor as well. So be aware of it. Try not to let the left big toe, inner heel come off the floor. You okay, Mom? Okay, now relax your shoulders, your shoulder blades. Let your collarbones widen. Ah. Take an exhale at the mouth again. Now we're going to lower the leg down. So I want you to do this on an exhale. So you're going to lower the leg down. Exhale. You don't have to touch the floor. Inhale. And then as you exhale, you might draw the leg up on that exhale. And inhale. Decide, do you want to lower on an exhale, which is a little bit more gathering? Some of you might want to inhale and lift the leg. So I want you to just play with your breath here. What supports you the best in this movement? I also like to play with exhaling and lowering, and then just pause and inhale and hover, which is a little bit more of a strength, and then exhale and lift. So I tend to like to move on my exhalation, but you do what works for you because we're all a little bit different. Keep the weight in both sides of the hips, especially the one that you're moving. Try to keep it heavy on the floor, the back of the pelvis. Good. We're just releasing the whole leg. Okay, now we're going to go into our twist. So as your right leg comes up, just hold the strap with your right hand. Your left hand is going to be your prop supporter. So some of you, because we are twisting to the left, if you don't want to go too far, you can take your slow-mo ball and hug it really close to your hip. And that's going to inhibit your left leg from rolling out too much. So you won't go too far in your twist. If you want a little bit less support, you might drop the slow-mo ball out to the knee. Okay. Or some of you might let the left leg go all the way to the floor. If you do that, you can also put your block, your 4-inch block on top of your left leg, close to the pelvic floor, and then let your right leg come on top of it. Okay, left hand can take the strap. Right hand can hold your rib cage, or right arm can release out to the side. Breathe. Now I'm just going to come up, but you stay there. I'm going to do this from a standing just so you can see it. Now, some of you, if we have tight QL, it's our right hip, yeah. Our right hip might be lifting up towards our shoulder. So you can always take right hand, touch the rim of your pelvis, and just see, can my right hip release down a little bit? Good. Breathing, there it is. And then you can allow your leg to come up a little bit more this way, and then find there. There you go. Now you're getting into your stretch, right? Yeah. Yeah. And then this hand doesn't need to work so hard. Just let it release onto the floor. Yeah, there you go. Right? Yeah. And then you can start to feel, oh, I can move this arm a little bit. Uh-huh. I can feel that release. You stay here for as long as you want. Good for chest and shoulders here, right? Yeah. And so notice how hard is this hand working? So it's working a little hard, right? So let it release down. Pull into your core a little bit. Wrap your ribs down. There you go. Less work, right? More foundation, less upper bodies. Yeah. Remember, if your shoulders are working too hard, you need to do something below it to anchor, right? Yeah. Okay, when you're ready, you decide when you're ready to come out. You're rolling on your back. I love to pair baby pose with this one. Okay, so you've got right foot in the strap. You're going to roll onto your back, sneak left foot wide in the strap, bend the knees. Okay, and then you're just going to rock a little bit from side to side. Feel your breath. Oh, yeah. Just releasing back. So everything is just releasing back line to end. Okay, so we're going to go into the other side. So you're going to pull down on the strap. Feet are going to slide together. Right foot's going to sneak out. Okay, so the left foot can just hold the strap for a moment. And then you're going to check in. Okay, do I need it to move any props over? Okay, get yourself set up. Both hands hold the strap. They slide down. Okay, elbows on the floor. Shoulders relaxed, hands are really soft. So I want you to remember, okay, as you do this one, that sometimes some of you are losing a little connection through your rib cage. So that is upper belly, upper transverse abdominis. So I just want you to feel it first. So as you exhale, I want you to feel both sides of your rib cage gather towards as if you have a center line. So sometimes SH breath. So the ribs gather together, but they also pull down. Lower belly pulls up. So there's a meeting of upper and lower transverse. Want you to try to keep that as you keep left knee bent. Remember, you're pushing your foot into the strap a little bit as you lower the leg down and up, feeling your breath. So your shoulder blades should not lift up off the floor. The rib cage below the shoulder blades should stay reaching towards the mat. You'll have a little arc of your lower back, but your pelvis is heavy. Okay, so you're not arching and lowering, so you don't have a really big arch of the lower back. You want to just let those shoulder blades, the ribs below the shoulder blades drop to the floor, finding that fluidity of fascia. Yeah. And then when you're ready, you're going to twist to the side. So you can support the leg, hip, however you want. Inhale, exhale. The right hand holds the strap when you're ready. And you're coming over to the side. You're maybe putting a block in between the thighs or not. Okay, opening up if you want with the arms. Remember, left hand can touch the left hip and you can release it down. But I also want you to do an SH breath. I want you to anchor your rib cage together in the front, but also lower it down to the belly button. Okay, I'm going to come out to help on this one. So, yeah, beautiful. Donna, let's put something under your hip. Okay, let's put this here. Yeah, yeah, right. And that I think really helps you in that one. And then this foot, you can even let it, yeah, drop down and then just let the weight, yeah, and just let that weight kind of come in. There you go. So I'm just walking through the room. Okay, so now you've got the wall here. So let's let go of that and let's let that leg note come all the way down. Okay, and let's put your foot into the wall, push it in. Yeah, there you go. Play with that. Yeah, there you go. You've got the wall, use it, right? Yeah, you got it. Nice. This is different on this side, right? Relax your hands, relax your hands, relax your hand. Your right one, there it is. Yeah, so we notice some of you have got a really strong hold on the strap. So you need a little bit more core support. So that means you need to pull in and up on your core. Lower transverse draws in and up, upper transverse gathers. The more you have core, transverse abdominis engaging, the less that hand has to hold the strap. There you go. Right? You can feel it. And then it's like, oh, right? I don't have to grip it with arms. Hey, you decide when you're ready to come out. No rush. We're just going to end class in that position. So you come up, maybe right foot sneaks up into the strap as you widen the legs. You go into baby pose to end. Ah, Tracy, that is such a great one for you. And I love how you're supporting the shoulder with the slow-mo ball on the other side and moving it around. Body is feeling really supported, but also free in that one. Mhm. Good. And then check in. Is there something that your body needs to do to complete your practice? It might be having the feet the width of the mat, wipering the legs from left to right. It might be just going into a rest. Mm. Good. So you just keep your breath there. Just gonna turn off that middle light. Support the legs however you want. So it might be knees bent. And you have the bolster underneath you. It might be like straight, and you put the bolster under the knees and the thigh. And you take a few breaths at the mouth. Some of you like to put the bolster when you have the knees bent. You lift the pelvis up off the floor and slide the bolster under the pelvis and have the legs floating in the air. It's another option. Yeah, there you go. Good, Angie. So you can have the legs up in the air if you want. Good. Peggy, how's that window above you? Is it cold? Do you want me to close it for you? Oh, okay, yeah, it is. I just wanted to make sure because you're right underneath it. Good. Take a breath out your mouth. Let it out with a sigh. Let's do that again. In the nose, out the mouth. So it's a little bit more technical today in our practice of noticing alignment. Okay, so we went a little bit deeper in trying to just bring in those attention. Okay, so we focused a lot on what do we need to help anchor shoulder. Okay, we focused on gathering in on those shoulder blades. So some of you might feel, oh, I really enjoyed that. My shoulder really used that as an anchor for movement. My arm. We worked on internal, external rotation in the hip. So really fine-tuned getting into the abductors and the glute medius muscle. And so some really specific awareness in body. Just going to read a piece by Zach Beach. It's called Relax. Relax. Release your feet. Loosen your legs. Allow tension from your tailbone to soften. Find freedom in belly, breathing, fingers, hands, arms. Notice the ecstasy of movement flowing through arms to heart, heart to arms. And allow some light to shine on your body, a light of healing, of warmth, of nurturing. Feel this light blossoming from within. It ripples from the doorway of the heart, beautifully cascades over the body. All of life is wrapped up into just this breath. Allow there to be a let go and a feel. Just this breath, just this breath. Notice as you're passively open and aware, your breath is just flowing in and out of you. I like to highlight when our awareness can just gently watch our breath breathing us. In this celebration of you, in the celebration of you, the beauty of meeting this moment, just this breath. Notice the beauty of wholeness of yourself, from feet through legs, through pelvis, joining up through torso, heart, shoulders and arms and hands, through neck and throat and face, and out the crown of the head. This wholeness of yourself. As you start to wiggle fingers and toes a little bit, maybe circling wrists and ankle, maybe pointing and flexing your feet. Maybe the wrists want to go into a point and flex. You decide, stretch or yawn. Any movement that just brings in more awareness of I have a body, I am here. Now we do have a lot of props around us, so just being mindful as you start to move, and just moving stuff out of the way so you can find one side. And then coming up to sit, and we're just going to stagger a tiny bit on our mat. So if you notice when you sit up that the person to your left or your right is on their mat, just move a little bit behind them or a little bit in front of them. And we're just going to do a release for body and mind. So if cross-legged works for you, if not, legs are extended. And also have one leg in, one leg extends out. And I notice when I do that, I always extend one leg. So I'm going to do the other leg. Okay, palms forward. So open heart. So remember, anytime you bring your palms towards you or back, the chest collapses. So anytime you can remember just to turn the palms out, it allows for open, spacious heart. Evenness through front and back body as we exhale out mouth. Yeah. Now, gently squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit towards the spine, middle, lower, as you sweep the arms up. Inhale. And just let the arms come wherever they want. You can also turn the palms down when you get to the height of the shoulder and bring the arms forward. This helps the shoulders. As the palms touch, you exhale, receive into body. Okay, we're going to do that a couple more times. Inhale, you might gather up some energy. Palms turn down when you get to the height of the shoulders. They can come forward as if you're drawing the top of a triangle. Exhale, bring that energy in front of body as you draw a line down. One last time. Gathering up. Exhale, pause, hands at heart. Thumbs can rest on the chest, the sternum. Maybe gaze lowers or close. Head bows to honor the heart. As we notice the breath, as we feel our body, as we arrive in embodied presence right here. Notice how the ripple of the practice has aligned our energy and connected us with each other. It's an intertwining, a yoking, a union as we support one another, even when we're not in the space together. Eyes slowly open and gaze gently lifts up. Deep breath in, let it go. One more time, deep breath in, let it go. One last time, in and out. Mm. Thank you for sharing your space, yourself, your practice. Thank you, Tracy, for being online. Take your time. We've got a lot of stuff out, and balls have been wandering the whole class. Okay, so we need to be mindful as we're walking just how